With vacation rental season heating up, New Yorkers are getting creative to claim their piece of summer.
From boutique builds in the Hamptons to Gen Z's new take on co-investing in Fire Island, it's no longer just the ultra-rich and wealthy making the most of the warm summer weather. And joining us now is Dottie Herman, the most successful self-made woman in real estate. She'll tell us what's hot, what's not when it comes to the 2025 summer scene. Dottie, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. You've seen this world evolve, and we just mentioned it briefly. I know you'll get into it more. What is the shift heading into summer of 2025, the biggest shift that you're noticing?
Well, I just drove back from the Hamptons, so I can tell you in torrential rains, I think things are shifting. I think the millennials, unlike the baby boomers rented a month, 2 months to the whole summer, and very hard pressed to find something for a week or two. That's very much changing. The millennials really don't seem to want to spend the whole summer. They want to be free to come about. So you're seeing a lot more rentals that are 2- and 3-week rentals rather than a whole month or 2 months.
And that's the homeowner's choice to put it up for that short of a rental period, right? That's sort of what you're saying. It used to be we would only rent for 2 or 3 months at a time.
Well, hypothetically, I think you'd probably be better off renting it to one person for the whole time.
That's true.
But I think that's kind of what the market's like now. We had 2 sales from Paul Brennan, who's kind of one of the best brokers. One on Further Lane and one in Bridgehampton. One was $70 million cash. That was 2 weeks ago. And last week was one in Bridgehampton, $57 million. So people are still buying. And I think you're seeing a pent-up demand. The Hamptons got off to a little bit of a slower start, but then again, people kind of wait longer to rent because the longer you wait, you'll probably get a better deal. But a lot of people are buying.
Very interesting. Let's talk destinations. Where are the wealthy escaping to and why?
Well, I think it's kind of hard-pressed. I think that obviously the Hamptons is always going to be the Hamptons, and people go there. Fire Island, you know, maybe it'll make a comeback. I mean, it was popular years ago, and then it kind of, you know, maybe it'll make a comeback. I think after the pandemic, people are trying to go to different places. They'll go to Florida for some time, LA. But as far as New York goes, I don't want to hate to say it, I love New York. I just read that New York is the most popular place for people to come to still.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too. So, you know, I'm a Jersey Shore guy. Share houses have always been a thing in Jersey Shore, Seagirt, Manasquan especially. Gen Z, I'm told, is doing summer a little differently. Can you walk us through sort of the concept of the share models that we're seeing from the youngest generation?
Well, first of all, you're seeing a lot of, how can I put it? Maybe it's kind of like timeshare, only ownership. So it works like timeshare, because the majority of people that have second or third homes don't live in them for that long. You know, they live a couple of months. So now, instead of a timeshare, you can buy a fractional ownership in a home. We actually own equity, and the homeowner can rent it up to, you know, can sell up to eight pieces. And then the company puts everything together so you don't have to do anything. And then again, you do it like the same way timeshare works. You know, you kind of have a lottery, and I think you're seeing a little bit of that. I think you're seeing a lot of people try to travel because of the pandemic. But you also have no inventory. It's just starting to loosen up because we had that lockdown effect. Because if you go back to the pandemic, the interest rates were like 2.5%, 3%.
Right.
So if you had an interest rate of that, you say, well, maybe I'm ready to move, but I'm not going to pay 7%. So people there was a shortage all over. And you're starting to see that people after 5 or 6 years are saying, you know what, you know, or maybe they had adjustable, maybe it's time. So you're going to see, I think, more inventory, not over the top.
Right.
But we had such limited inventory that you really couldn't make sales. You also saw during the pandemic, there were like 20 offers on one home. All right? You're not going to see
Not
that.
going to see that.
Good news.
Well, Dottie, I'm sorry to cut things short. We are running out of time, but thank you so much. I could keep talking real estate all day, even though I know nothing about it, but I still find it interesting. Thank you so much for being here. Great
And
to
thank
meet
you for having me.
We
Of course.
appreciate your time, and we'll be right back.
Jinx.